three crimes narcissists commit because they are jealous of you, and this is absolutely abhorrent to God. Narcissism and jealousy are inseparable companions, bound to each other. To be narcissistic is to harbor envy towards others, an incessant need to possess more, excel, appear superior, and outshine. Their existence revolves around constant competition. Their jealousy reaches such extremes that if they can't seize what you have, they will inevitably seek to destroy it. This pattern is evident even in relationships where they claim to be deeply in love. The harm they inflict due to envy, jealousy, and animosity is unimaginable. It's challenging to fathom committing such deeds to another person because, unlike them, you possess a different moral compass. Their actions are morally reprehensible, and the offences they perpetrate are of a profoundly abhorrent nature. This is precisely the topic we will delve into in this episode. Greetings, and thank you for tuning into this video. In today's discussion, we will explore 3 criminal acts committed by narcissists as a result of their envy towards you. If this topic intrigues you enough to listen further, I kindly encourage you to subscribe before we begin. Your subscription not only contributes to spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse, but also brings together numerous survivors seeking support as they grapple with the malevolence they have endured. Begin with a fundamental understanding of how jealousy operates within a narcissist. Inherent insecurity propels narcissists to be envious, compelling them to covet everything for themselves. Their vessel remains perpetually empty, akin to a container with a constant leak. Satisfaction eludes them, as I've emphasized before. Their dilemma is an insatiable curiosity that drives them to desire anything that sparkles and shines. Upon discovering your accomplishments, they become profoundly envious. Every aspect of your life, including achievements, potential, career, skills, abilities, and empathy, triggers their jealousy. Despite showering you with affection, they cannot embody those qualities, fostering a deep-seated resentment. Their goal becomes the removal and eventual destruction of these attributes, a process they undertake during the devaluation phase. They systematically corrode your self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-concept, leaving you feeling incapable of coping. They cannot bear the reality that your earnings surpass theirs, that you possess superior social skills, and that you thrive even in challenging circumstances. Your ability to connect with others, evoke emotions, and communicate authentically sets you apart. Unlike them, you are not robotic. You don't adhere to a script. Your heart-centered nature is something they lack, and unable to embody your essence, they attempt to mimic you. While they often mirror your actions, they fail to grasp your core because it doesn't originate from their foundation. Eventually, they seek to eliminate you, often occurring during the devaluation phase. Every moment spent in their presence feels like slowly being poisoned. They belittle your job performance, skills, salary, and achievements, leaving you feeling insignificant. These actions can be deemed criminalistic as they knowingly and deliberately engage in them. Gaslighting becomes a daily occurrence, eroding your sense of self in what I term character assassination. They obliterate your desires, needs, and emotions, blurring the line between your preferences and aversions. Through parasitic intrusions into your mind, they seize control and morph into your voice, influencing your thoughts about yourself, the world, and interpersonal interactions. Often, when witnessing an event, individuals tend to prioritize others' perspectives over their own. The narcissist convinces you that you are a monstrous individual, incapable of navigating the world, interacting with others, thinking rationally, or performing essential cognitive functions. It's as if they invade your mind, establishing themselves as a parasitic colony. After thoroughly convincing you, that you are the source of every problem in the relationship, you forget everything about yourself. Any expression or opinion you have is deemed damaging. You become the harm. Maintaining functionality with such a self-perception becomes impossible, leading to an inevitable collapse. Being with a narcissist is akin to being with a virus or hostile parasite. They infiltrate, designate you as the host, identify your weaknesses, and exploit them to progressively incapacitate you. Eventually, they turn you into a shell before discarding you during the disposal phase. In a narcissistic relationship, you can't even trust your own judgment. You are disoriented and torn apart, unable to discern reality. Doubts arise about the authenticity of your voice and emotions, leading you to believe they were correct in persuading you that you are solely responsible for everything that transpired. As a result of their envy, narcissists deprive you of everything. Another consequence is the estrangement from your children. The children view you as the monstrous parent responsible for all the issues, the cause of the divorce, the obstacle to their parents staying together, the one seeking control and strictness, the parent lacking love for them, and the one unable to accept that one of your children is in love with a narcissistic parent. Consequently, you are wrongly portrayed as the antagonist. In reality, a narcissistic parent values their disdain for you more than their love for their children. This indifference drives them to sever the bond with you. They may isolate your children from you due to envy over your relationship with them, or they may enable, idealize, and permit the children to do anything to ensure they harbor resentment toward you. They perceive you as an overbearing parent, disregarding the optimal growth and progress of your offspring. This co-parenting practice is an act of vengeance after narcissistic abuse. Instead of co-parenting, they engage in counter-parenting, turning it into a conflict and struggle, doing whatever it takes to succeed, gain the upper hand, surpass you, cause you pain, and make you endure difficulty. The mark they leave on their offspring is what makes this a heinous act. The irredeemable nature of their actions lies in the devastation they cause to their children's progress and the potential for a relationship between you and them. It is truly incomprehensible that they consider it acceptable to wield the court system as a weapon, gain full custody, and be an equal partner in everything while hardly caring about the genuine nurturing of the children. The third and most egregious transgression is the destruction of one's reputation and the resulting social isolation. When you introduce them to a family member or acquaintance, the feedback you receive is significantly detached from reality. People may label them as a sick individual, suggesting that you should cut ties with them. This damages your confidence and self-esteem, making you question every relationship to the point of severing ties. Moreover, the effect is that you end up relying solely on the narcissist, and that is exactly what they desire. They conduct extensive slander campaigns in the workplace, potentially leading to your dismissal. They tarnish your hard-earned reputation, bringing shame to everything you've worked for over the years to reach your current position or former status. Their envy consumes your reputation, causing it to crumble. The reason they are determined to bring you down might be a subject of curiosity. What are they trying to achieve? Evidently, a sense of euphoria. They are incapable of personal growth, finding immense satisfaction in the knowledge that they can destroy years of hard work. This, I believe, is one of the most heinous things a person can do to another human being, given their nature. At their core, they are morally reprehensible. I often emphasize that others perceive you as a monster when, in reality, you are not, thanks to their relentless slander campaign. Eyes follow you everywhere. You receive subtle remarks. People avoid you, stop responding to your communications, and block you. Dealing with such a situation is challenging as it reinforces the belief that you are the one who is insane. Everything appears to be your fault. Why else would these individuals choose to distance themselves from me? This is the most heinous and abominable transgression a narcissist could commit. They isolate you from all your sources of support, leaving you to endure suffering and tribulations due to their own insecurity, pitiful nature, jealousy, and punitive behavior. Because they derive pleasure from your suffering, they exhibit extreme sadism. It is advisable to terminate your relationship with this individual due to their true nature. In conclusion, I can assert that you shine like a dazzling star until you encounter a narcissist. Subsequently, you are reduced to dust. They degrade, obliterate, and erase your essence. In this process, they attack your potential, capabilities, and talents, essentially dismantling everything you have ever been. They dismantle your painstaking efforts and sever connections with your offspring and friends. They ensure that no facet or area of your life goes untouched. Moreover, they cast you in the role of the monster, attributing to you the responsibility for causing them harm and significant suffering. Internally, you feel pitiful and ashamed for inflicting such distress on them when you have committed no wrongdoing. It's crucial to recognize that this is a classic case of DRVO, reversing the roles of victim and perpetrator and disavowing the attack. They must always emerge victorious, and to achieve this, they will stop at nothing. Indifferent to notions of right and wrong, their conscience has perished. Nevertheless, in that relationship, there was nothing inherently flawed about you. As mentioned earlier, DRVO is essentially an acronym symbolizing the narcissist's inversion of the roles of victim and offender. They manipulate the narrative to make themselves appear as the aggrieved party when, in truth, the situation is reversed and they become the victimizer. Trust in yourself and your lived experiences as they hold all the answers you seek. Walk away from them and resist the urge to return. Give them your silence as a gesture, for that is precisely what they deserve. May you hope and pray that they face the consequences, the most severe retributions imaginable, or find themselves condemned to endure the depths of hell or wherever that may be, as it is only fitting that they receive such justice. With that, let us bring this episode to a close. Your attention and prolonged presence are greatly valued. We'll reconnect in the next one, wishing the commencement and progression of the healing process until then.